Okay, good. So if you're looking at a sequence, right, the numbers will be adding for linear, they'll be multiplying for exponential. Same thing goes for arithmetic and geometric sequences. Arithmetic is adding each time, geometric is multiplying each time. Those are your last two warm-ups, so they should have been on the same page, right? Right. So, does everyone have 1.2 in front of them? We're going to do the first half together, and then I'm going to let you do the second half. Let me get this. Okay. So, writing linear functions. Again, here's our objective. I can determine patterns that identify a linear function from its related finite differences. Okay. Now, this engage part, it's kind of basic. It's like stuff we've done before. If I have 20 trees in each row, I can make a little table, right? This says Marcus works in an orchard. Each row in the orchard contains 20 trees. So one row is how many? 20. Marcus can use information to make a table of values to represent the number of trees in the orchard. So 2 rows would be how many trees? 40. Easy, right? And then 3 would be 60 and so forth, right? So that's an arithmetic, linear understanding, right? So let's do an explore. Now real quick, I'm about to show you an example. If you follow the example, then you can do the second example on your own, okay? If you're not engaged when we're doing this together, then you're going to be stuck on your own, right? So you're going to follow me doing this. This way, please. Now, unfortunately, the way this paper has turned out, you're going to use this table on the next page, okay? So let's read this. Miranda and her family will spend their summer vacation on the beach. They plan to rent a beach house that has a fixed cleaning fee. Does everyone see that? There's a fixed cleaning fee and a daily rental fee. The table below shows the rental cost for each of a certain number of days. All right, so you got days, you got rental costs. Now, on the next page, so you can open it up to the second page, you're going to have to keep flipping back and forth to see your table. Now, I put it on the front board next to each other, so sorry. Okay, so this should be, number one, very easy. Okay, it's asking what's the difference between the number of days. So if you remember Algebra 1, I don't know if they called it bird beaks, okay, but you're finding the difference between the number of days. What's the difference? Not there yet, but on the days, it's what? 1, right? And obviously all the way down, right? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So the answer to number 1 is 1. But number 2 is asking us the difference between the rental cost, which is over here. So how do I find that? We'll get to that. But for now, we're just finding the difference between each day. So 285 and 170, what do I do with those two numbers? Subtract, right? So what is 285 minus 170? 115. So this change is 115. It's linear if it keeps changing by the same amount. Is it changing by 115 each time? Let's try another one. 400 minus 285. Well, that is 115. Okay, and actually all the way down. 115, 115, 115, 115. All right, so you see the changes. So number 1 was 1 day each change. Number 2 is $115. So when you get to the example on your own, you're going to be able to tell me the difference on the left, tell me the difference on the right. Correct? Okay. Can you wait till after this? If you can. Okay, number 3. Use this pattern in the table to predict the rental cost for 0. Now, it's important that we know the 0 costs when we're making an equation. So what we're going to do is we're thinking, if I had 0, I'll do it in blue. If I had 0 up here, what is this rental cost going to be? So we're going to have to work backwards. So notice, the rental cost has been adding 115, so instead I'm going to subtract 115. So I'm going to take day 1's 170 and then subtract 115. What do I get? Okay, 55, right? So there it is, 55. So use the pattern, and we predicted at 0 days we have $55. So again, on a different table, can you find a zero value? Can you just go back one, right? So based on the pattern in the table, what do you think the cleaning fee is? What y'all think? Remember, it says there is a fixed cleaning fee. Think about it. If you're renting something and you spend 0 days there, 55, right? Because if you spend 0 days there, why am I paying for 0 days? Well, there's always going to be that $55 fee for whatever. And in this case, it's cleaning, okay? So, again, cleaning fee is at the 0 day. So that's going to be 55 bucks. So do you see why we went back to 0? So we can figure out the starting cost, okay? A couple more things. On number 5, based on the pattern in the table, what do you think the daily rental fee is? Now, when you see daily, you know it's changing each time. We already found the change. What's the change? $115 every single day. All right. And then last but not least, we're going to use the patterns in the table to write an equation that shows the relationship between N, the number of days at the beach house that will be rented, and R, the total rental cost. Okay. Now, y'all are familiar with this, right? From Algebra 1, mx plus b. What does m stand for? Okay. Sorry, what does m stand for before we get to numbers? Slope, okay? And slope is a change, right? The changing amount. And then b is the y-intercept. It's the starting amount. It's where you start. So basically, the b is that 0 value, right? And then the m is how much it's changing on the side. So instead of using y and x, we got to use these other letters. We're going to use r for the total rental cost. So r equals, and then my change. What was my change here each time? 115. So r equals 115. Instead of x, I'm going to use number of days. So that's kind of like mx plus, and what's my b? What's my starting amount at 0? It's the cleaning fee of $55. Okay. So given a table, you can do all that. Find the changes, find the 0 value, write the equation with the change and the 0 value. Okay? All right, so we did all that, so that way you can do it on your own. So I'm going to leave this up here because I know people are still getting it down. But I want y'all to try the Miranda and her sisters problem down here. Basically the same, different table, okay? I just want y'all to be aware of one little thing, right? In the second one that you're going to do, not me, you're going to do it right now. Be careful. Ours was going up. Is this one going up in value? So how do you show me something's going down? What do you put in front of a number? Negative signs, okay? So careful for negative signs when you're doing this one. The change is not positive. The change is negative, okay? So try 7 through to the next page. 7 through